All right, people. We should be live now. I didn't do the intro song, but whatever. Who needs an intro song? Just close your eyes for a second. Imagine your favorite Christmas song. And then that was our intro song this week. This is BFS Live episode 119. Can you believe it? 119 episodes. I am streaming live on YouTube and TikTok. Both of which are basically the same, but I'm just trying to double dip on all the platforms. So, yeah, we already got the live chat popping off. So, yeah, again, we're live on both TikTok. I'm looking at TikTok and YouTube. Dual live. You can be in either chat. It's all good. Episode 119, BFS Live, Skate Park Podcast. If it's your first time checking in, it's Christmas Eve. Somebody's here. Wow, how about that? I was going to do this show alone, but it sounds like someone just showed up. So that's pretty cool. Who's here? What are you doing? Oh shit, Gooj is here.
Oh, it's 10:30.
Well, I thought you weren't gonna make it. Well, how about that? Looks like we have a guest in the shop. And he brought cookies. Let me tell you something. If you're gonna chew, let's go split screen here. If you're gonna chew on camera. If you're gonna chew on camera, stand away from the microphone. Hold on, let's see if I can switch this thing. We can go dual camera here on TikTok. I can have both of us on the screen. I'm so bad at this TikTok thing. It's like it makes me feel old.
Oh, glasses. These ones look pretty. These are good. Wasn't sure what glasses I was gonna run today.
Is this your Christmas attire here?
Yeah, dude.
Wow. How was your Christmas Eve? I'll get to the questions in a minute once I get this freaking thing situated. Ben just sent me a Snapchat, but I can't open it, Ben, because I'm here. Dude, I feel so old trying to use this TikTok camera thing. All right, cool. We got dual camera. So if I move the TikTok one over here, I could have me on one screen, you on. I don't know. There's a way I can make this work.
Sick.
All right. Dude, I just fucked it up again. I'm already swearing. It's a Christmas miracle. Jesus Christmas, dude. I figured you weren't going to come because it was the holidays or whatever.
No, man, I'm in. You texted me. You confirmed today.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's start it from the top. BFS Live, episode 119. This is the Skate Park Podcast, but it's Christmas. We're talking Christmas stuff. Hello, everybody.
What's happening?
Hello. How you doing?
Great.
How's Gooj's levels?
My levels.
Yeah, you look good.
All right, cool.
Sick.
All
Sick.
Right.
Awesome. Dude, this is going to be a casual episode. We're just chilling.
Sweet.
Gooj is here looking ridiculous. Oh, my God. First question in the TikTok chat was, it was Christmas Eve, and what did you do? So we're going to talk about Christmas on this episode. We're going to talk about traditions. We're going to talk about, hopefully, like positive masculinity, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But I actually don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas because I have a deep respect for Christmas.
Right.
Personally, I don't believe in Jesus Christ as the Savior, and I just think it's disingenuous to celebrate Christmas. And I'm not judging anyone. This is purely me. I don't care what you do. I'm just saying, for me and my family, me and my wife don't believe in that, so we don't celebrate Christmas. We do like a Thanksgiving that's kind of Christmas-like.
Yep.
We adapt some of those traditions, and I told my wife, if we wanted to get into organized religion or believe in God or whatever, because we don't. If we did, then I think it would be fair to celebrate Christmas. But out of respect for the people who practice religion, because you practice, it's called the practice.
Right,
you practice.
right.
If you practice, I think you deserve the rewards. Just like in action sports, you don't get to land the trick if you don't put in the effort, right?
Right. So do you guys do anything do you do a tree? Do you exchange gifts at all, or anything along those lines, or no?
Yeah, so we made Thanksgiving more of our holiday, and it's very much about the expression of thankfulness for the family. We do the general idea is like one gift. Mm-hmm. I give you one thing, you give me one thing, and the whole family triangulates or whatever.
Yeah.
And we pair it with an expression of thankfulness. So
yeah.
we eat and we sit down and we'll talk about what we're thankful for, and kind of our tradition is like, when I hand you the gift, I say, thank you for what you've done for me this year. I really appreciate X, Y, or Z or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just what we do.
That's cool. I dig that. That's pretty sick. Yeah, we do Christmas kind of pretty casual. Like my side of the family was who's in there?
Mark.
Oh,
Mark Mismusen. Shout out Mark in the chat.
My family's like not my I guess it is my immediate family, but like my dad, my mom, like we didn't do like the religion thing growing up, but like my grandparents and then my aunts and uncles, they were pretty religious, so it was like we kind of had that traditional Christmas from that sense.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We always did like the tree and stuff like that, but like my dad and I growing up, we always kind of like goofing on it a little bit, like we'd decorate like a house plant or like
Well, I have an avocado tree.
Oh, really?
That I've had for probably the same time I've had the skate park. It's probably 8 years old. This
Okay.
avocado tree. It's taller than me.
Does it produce?
No, they don't do that. Like typical BFS fashion, we're going to go in some random wormhole. There's a term, a botany term. I don't know what the term is. But some plants, if you plant the seed, you get basically the same plant. And some plants, when you plant the seed, you actually get something entirely different. It just mutates constantly, right?
Okay.
Apples are like this. So every breed of apple came from one specific tree, whether it spontaneously was that tree or was genetically modified to be that tree, and every subsequent tree is cloned off of that one tree, right? Avocado is the same way.
Okay.
So every Haas avocado came from one Haas avocado tree, and then it's California. So like your odds of getting an avocado from an avocado tree is something like 1 in 15,000.
What?
Or one in like 3,000 or 5,000, and the odds of it being like edible is like 1 in 15. So it's a very low chance that my avocado tree will ever bear fruit, but we do have lights on my avocado tree.
Okay. That's Carly. Finally, this year she just got a because we kind of go back and forth about like the Christmas tree thing. It's like, man, it seems like kind of a lot of money for something we're just gonna throw in the burn pit, right? So she was like, well, this year I'm gonna get one that's just gonna keep growing. And she got a tropical pine tree that's now
sick.
in our house. She has lights on it now. It might wear its lights year round. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be our Christmas tree. Let's see how long we can keep it going for.
I was thinking next year to do. And this is kind of why I want to talk about this, because I really do love Christmas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And some of the things that are the most like when I think about Christmas, there's certain things that just like, it just like, just reminds you of being a kid and like the innocence and how everything was so great. And I want everyone in both TikTok and YouTube in those chats to share with me, like, what is that thing? And for me, I remember, it's sitting on the couch, lights are off in the living room, Christmas tree is lit up.
Yep.
And there's like that pattern of the needles on the ceiling from the tree. And for me, God, I'm going to cry. It's like, that's just like it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I want that. So I was thinking maybe next year we're going to do a tree. And I was thinking maybe like we could do a thing where like maybe our Thanksgiving is we put up and decorate our tree.
Yeah.
So I really, really do love the idea of decorating the tree with things that are all like mementos, things you remember, right? Not just like random shit you bought at the dollar store or whatever. And then maybe like Christmas will be like, oh, it's when we take it back down.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, to kind of, because I want those things to exist in my life, but I don't want them to be based on nothing.
Right, 100%. Yeah, that's cool. I like kind of breaking the mold a little bit on that. We do it with so much other stuff. Why not do it with our holidays?
This is another topic I really was trying to like bring into this show today was, I think my parents' generation, like that kind of like Gen X.
Yeah.
Maybe it started with the boomers. I don't know. But it really seems like that like end of baby boomer, beginning of Gen X. It seems like they were so about the like rejection of their parents and society and like the hippie movement or whatever. It felt like my parents just didn't care at all for the traditions of their parents.
Yeah.
And my wife basically says the same thing, that like there's nothing in my life or my wife's life that really came from traditions that her family did that go beyond like just some random, like there's no depth to it, right? There's not there isn't these are the Christmas ornaments that were my grandfather's and it was from them and then from them, etc. Like there's like, and you open the box and you're like, oh my God, like this came from Russia.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I totally get it. We have some stuff like that. We definitely have some like keepsakes from, my. Really, I mean, for me, it's like from my mom. But like, as far as like keepsakes from grandparents, like, really don't have, like you said, really don't have that many. And as far as like traditions that have been passed down, I mean, there's not really anything that we do that's like, we do this every year because of X, Y, or Z. Like, we're trying to start a tradition to go and go to the movies and get Chinese food on Christmas. So we're on year 2 of that. So we're trying to do something, kind of get like our own thing rolling. But
yeah, I'm not at all I'm not saying this to try to like discredit anything you're saying. I'm saying once you have a child, like the arithmetic on all that gets like radically different.
100%.
Like, when I was younger and single, it was like, bro, why is there a bar open tonight?
Right,
like life just changes.
Yeah.
And for me, let me take a step back. Somewhere around like 2017 or 18, when I really I was getting into my 30s, I started reading books and learning, and I made this like promise to myself or the universe that I was this is how I phrase it. I'm going to strive to live forthright with the world. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to try my best to never embody any sort of hypocrisy or contradiction, and try to be as honest as I can with with myself, right? Mm-hmm. And I had my daughter, and I was like, I don't want to lie to my daughter, even if it's for like something cute,
right?
Like Christmas is a tooth fairy, right? Through the COVID era, the government lied about a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, well, it was for your own good, right? And I just see that, it's like, man, yeah, sure, it was for our own good, but in hindsight, you still lied to me, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to do traditions with my daughter where I'm going to lie to her about something because it's like fun and cute, and then later be like, oh yeah, that was all fake. We just made it up.
Right.
I want my daughter to be someone who's also honest and forthright with the world, and someone who can ask hard questions or answer hard questions. So I'm not going to look my daughter in the eye and lie to her, regardless of whether it's like a fun lie,
right,
or a terrible lie.
Yeah, that's interesting, because like if you say it's like in relationship to the upcoming holiday, in relationship to like Santa, you don't have the tradition of Santa, and the other her peers, as she begins to acquire them, do believe in something of that sort. It's like, those conversations that you have to have with her are going to be unique. And then even more so, the conversations that she has to have with her peers are going to be another level of uniqueness. You know what I mean? Yeah,
totally.
It's interesting to think about. Yeah,
it's crazy when if you want to be the kind of person that actually thinks about stuff, like, it can be crazy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be crazy. Most people just swim in the mainstream, don't do anything.
Right.
Trying to lighten you up. I turned off the one light because it was blowing out my camera, so I was stopping down the camera so you don't look all shot. Whoa, panning it. Cool. Yeah, it's interesting, and what's funny, a lot of my friends, a lot of people I talk to about it, the first thing they say goes, how are you going to take that away from your daughter? And I go, well, I'm not taking it away from her. We're just never going to do it, And they're like, but you can't not do Christmas. I'm like, there's a lot of people that don't do Christmas. Like, Christmas, like, you met Jews, like, there's a lot of other religions that don't do Christmas, right?
Right.
And I will also say that my wife and I are like really, really, really nice to each other. Like, we do nice things for each other all the time.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, when it's holidays or birthdays, we kind of struggle to find something nice and cool to do because we're always trying to find something nice and cool to do with each other. At least for now. Things can change.
Other than just getting garbage for the other person. Compulsively getting garbage for the other person.
We go to breakfast once a week.
Yeah.
I get her flowers probably at least once a month, if not sooner than that.
Yeah.
Without pissing her off the first time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it is an odd holiday. I think you could have like the Santa be like a fun game, but let her know that it's a make believe thing, because that could still be fun. You know what I mean? Just like that's a fantasy thing.
See, my whole thing is, what is it? Like, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
Like, again, this is just my perspective. I'm not judging anyone for what you do. Like,
Right.
like it's just like this is the action sports world. You do whatever you want. Like I love seeing what other people do. It's just I don't want to like. If my daughter's like, oh, where does Santa come from? Why do we do this? I'm gonna be like, I don't like,
Right.
like, and I totally understand the romanticization. I was a child once. I thought it was awesome. I love it. I just like, and it was always an abstraction really until now. And now my daughter's 2. It's like this is the first Christmas. It almost kind of matters. And so
Right.
every year, I'm gonna have to contend with like, kind of where my thoughts are now versus where they're gonna be later. And I could totally change on the matter.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could see like how like. You know, you could have like the Santa element and just have it be like, you know, something like an imagination exercise instead of being, you know, like, you know, it's fun. Like let's preface it with the fact that it's make believe and don't try and force it to like a odd level. Yeah. But, you know, because it's all over the place. It's like, well, if he's not real, what's the guy in the red suit? Well, you know, that's a guy that maybe runs plates at Texas Roadhouse looking for some extra money, pretending to be this guy that's pretend, you know? Because it's almost more fun when you know it's fake. Yeah. Because now that I'm a little bit older, I mean, like, I stopped believing in Santa like 2 years ago. So now that I'm a non-believer, it is kind of fun, you know what I mean? It's like Santa's in the, you know, in the Eastern Bloc countries right now. You know, it's like, you know, like some stupid stuff like that. It's just kind of funny.
I have a question for the chat for everyone. This freaking elf thing,
Elf on the Shelf.
When did that start?
I don't know.
Dude, like, I never saw that as a kid. Is it regional? Is it like when I moved to Western New York and now there's Elf on the Shelf? If you're in the chat and you've never even heard of Elf on the Shelf, maybe it is a regional thing. I have no idea. I never heard of it. I got older and now I see there's this like gimmick where you make this elf do stuff every day.
Dude, it's because it's real. He wasn't around and he came from this North Pole now. Okay, he just got here, dude. He got here in 2012.
Okay, so we got to the bottom of it. That's where the elf came from. All right.
No,
all right.
I was thinking the same thing because like my buddy, his family, they do like the Elf on the Shelf thing and his wife's talking about like how it's a tradition and like it's old school and like I'm like I have never in my life heard. School.
I'm gonna Wikipedia it right now.
Yeah, see what's up. It's got like a name too, and then there's a girl one. There's a girl shelf. Way. Yeah.
Listen, we're the skate park. Girls aren't allowed. Wait, how did I end up on the Wikipedia for Wikipedia? All right, Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah, let's see what's up here.
It's from a book that came out in 2004. Says Straw 4130 on it. Elf on the Book. Okay. Elf on the Shelf is a 2005 children's book written by Carol Elbersolid and her daughter Chandra Bell. Based on a Christmas tradition that started in their family when she was a child, described as an elf who is assigned by Santa Claus to monitor the children's behavior.
It's kind of creepy.
All right, so it's based off a book.
Yeah.
They must have sold a lot of those freaking books for everyone to do this freaking thing.
Yeah, the whole getting watched thing. I don't know.
Johnny Mack in the Twitter chat says, have you been to Binghamton, New York to review Sherry Lindsay Skate Park? I have. I filmed that video in August, and I have not put it out yet. It's going to be the next one I drop, possibly this week.
Ooh, okay.
I have 3 skate park reviews I filmed this summer that I have not dropped yet. I kind of space them out. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know in the chat or whatever, which I doubt it, but I do skate park review videos.
Oh, my gosh.
And I have not posted my Binghamton, Owego, and Jamestown skate parks. Those are the 3. I'm still sitting in the queue.
Okay.
So that's coming soon. That James Lindsay skate park in Binghamton is terrible.
What's up with it?
They had a company build it who didn't know how to build skate parks. And this is from the Wild West days of concrete skate parks. This is before. So this is probably built early 2000s before anyone could build skate parks. And this is like, everything is funky. It doesn't make sense. The coping must have been like 16th-inch stainless steel.
Oh,
so it didn't rust, but it just flattened. So it's all like the coping was round and now it's square and bumpy.
Okay.
It's basically an unrideable park.
Really?
But it's so bad, it's like riding a really cool street spot.
Okay.
It's kind of like, you ever see those like random weird skate parks that are from like Europe?
Dude, I was just watching one the other day.
It looks like one of those.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you can't tell if it's like supposed to be just a playground or not.
Yeah.
Like if you're actually supposed to have things with wheels on it.
Yeah, I'm sure in 2000 it was sick, you know.
Yeah.
I know people from the area and they were like disappointed because it's like all like bumpy and weird and like it's definitely like it'd be sick to hit with your boys before you go ride street or something.
Right.
It'd be a bummer if you drove there and got there and you're like, what the frick is this? So thank you for the question in the chat there. This guy tried to get a skate park built in this town and they laughed. Yeah, well, it's a long, arduous process. Let's see. Let's go to the YouTube chat now.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take a pee.
Mike in the chat said he never had a tree decorated as a kid. So you'd have a Christmas tree, but you didn't decorate it? That's pretty interesting. I always thought there was a big like tinsel, no tinsel divide. That's interesting. Elf on the Shelf 2005. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, the Elf on the Shelf thing seems like a lot of freaking work, but all the Christmas stuff seems like a lot of work to me. For years of my life in my 20s, I didn't do anything with my family. My family was a freaking mess. Drugs, alcohol, etc., a whole bunch of bullshit. And I just rode bikes and made bike videos and filmed. So holidays for me were always like, hell yeah, we can go ride these spots that we otherwise could have never ridden. So, like, skate parks that didn't allow bikes or street spots that you get kicked out of immediately, that was like, we were hoping for Christmases that were mild enough and snow free so we could drive to like that one spot you never get to ride or jump the fence and ride. Every Thanksgiving, we always rode the skate park in Freehold, New Jersey, because I'm from Central Jersey. It was in, it was called Liberty Oak Park when I was a child, but as it later changed names, but that was like way back in the day. And then a lot of times I'd go to a friend's house for Thanksgiving or Christmas because my family was just like a disaster. So, yeah. Chat says I should go to. I've been to HCS in Vestal. It's Derek Nelson's little skate park or whatever. And I don't review. I did it once, but I wouldn't do it again. I don't review like indoor or DIYs. I like my purview for skate park reviews is specifically reviewing public built, public paid for, taxpayer. Like I'm reviewing amenities that towns pay to have in their town because I'm trying to build a framework, you know, so other advocacy groups in other towns will know what to look for and what to ask for and not build a skate park that ends up like almost every skate park I go to where I'm like, I can't believe that this is the shit we're still building.
Yeah.
But I digress.
What do you think of the longevity on the Rochester Park? I feel like that from an untrained eye, that place seems pretty stout. It seems like it's holding up pretty well from
a construction standpoint, yes. I now, conflict of interest, full disclosure, I'm on the board for the downtown Rochester skate park, Friends of the Rock City Park.
Yeah.
And so I've been involved in that process. I'm still on the board, although the board almost doesn't do anything anymore. Shots fired. My biggest piece that I gave to that skate park, to that skate park group, was we got to put metal plate behind the coping and metal plate behind the angle iron. That's the biggest freaking thing, especially when you're building a concrete park where you're in the freeze-thaw cycle, right? And the Rochester skate park is over the 490 bridge around a freaking off-ramp. So you're going to have slushy, salty snow splashing down, which is going to be even worse. And they didn't do that. So if you go to the Rochester skate park, that long curved ledge next to the bowl, the 2 inches of concrete beyond the angle iron are all chewed up and screwed up, and it's been like 3 years. So that could have easily been mitigated, you know? And if, metal plate in a skate park costs a bunch of money, but when in the big scheme of things, like it might cost a couple $1,000, but when you're talking a skate park that costs like, $2.5 million, what's like another $7,000 for something that's actually going to create a tenable difference.
Has anyone scaled that? Have you seen any outdoor parks running the metal plate behind the coping?
So I realized this. I mean, this must be 15 plus years ago before I moved here. There's a skate park in Queens, New York, in Astoria. I don't know if Astoria is its own part or if Astoria is part of Queens. I think it's Astoria is part of Queens. I'm not really sure. Someone can correct me in the chat. There's a skate park. It's under one of the bridges. It's a 6 skate park. And I swear the metal on everything is like 6-inch, like 6x6 angle on everything. It's crazy.
What?
And so everything grindable is only ever touching metal.
Yeah.
And it's so sick, and it's going to last forever.
Right.
Like, the concrete itself could disintegrate into the ground, and it's still going to be rideable. Right. And that's one thing. I'm getting a lot of comments in my videos where people, that people are like, oh, bikes ruin skate parks, and it made me kind of realize a bias that I had. Because I'm a biker, I understand bikes, right?
Yeah.
So the way I built ramps from scratch, the way it started was building in a manner that made sure pegs didn't cause damage. I just knew it, right? A lot of the skate parks don't put plate behind the coping. So if you double peg a quarter pipe and you lean, your peg hits the concrete, you just stick and you just stop, and it just grinds it away and it gets it all messed up. Right. And I watched this happen at the concrete park I grew up around, so I just wasn't going to do it, When I see other skate parks, it's funny, sometimes skate parks owned by skateboarders that don't allow bikes say, oh, we don't allow bikes because it would cause damage. So I'm like, well, if you don't allow bikes and you never allowed bikes, how would you even know it causes the damage, right? But then again, a skateboarder-owned skate park is going to understand skateboarding more intimately than I understand skateboarding, same way I understood biking better. And so they're going to be able to mitigate those risks or those damages and wear, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Right.
I'm also very willing. I'm wrong about everything, so I'm willing to be wrong. I want to be wrong because if you're wrong, you're learning something. So every time we, something breaks, I'm like, is there something to learn here? Sometimes.
Right. 100%.
Sometimes. Shout out Troy in the chat. He said Astoria is part of Queens.
Okay, word. Is that the Troy I know?
Troy, yeah, DJ. Yeah. DJ Coping Wax.
That's sick. What up, Troy?
Yeah, well, Troy, shout out Troy. He's a freaking wizard. He's a genius. He's going to be DJing here on New Year's Eve at our New Year's Eve party. Freaking Stevie was going to play, and then he bailed on me.
Stop.
No, not stop.
Stop, dude.
Dude, so I posted the thing. I was like, all right, I'm not doing the New Year's Eve lock-in anymore. I'm just going to do a New Year's Eve party. We'll just have a party, all ages, till 1 a.m. And then I'll be open on New Year's Day. Cool.
Sick idea, by the way.
Troy reaches out to me. He goes, can I DJ? I'm like, F yeah. Stevie messaged me, and Stevie goes, can I do a set? I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Like, let's go. Like, now we got a party now,
run it up.
So then today I made the flyer. I got it all ready to go, and like I always do, double check with everyone. And guess what happened?
Oh no.
Stevie said, what'd Stevie say? He said, actually, I've changed my mind. It's a good thing I asked him. Otherwise, I would have posted the flyer with him playing, and he wouldn't have played, or maybe he would have just felt bad. I don't know. Annoying. But either way, DJ Coping Wax is going to be here on New Year's. I might play some music as well. I'm thinking about doing a set. That'd be fun. I got to brush up on the 4 songs I know that aren't sad. Only sad songs. So, yeah. We got a question in the YouTube chat. As a scooter rider, do I have to be worried about scooters being banned because of damage? Well, hello, 12. Not here. BFS is for everyone. I'm a man of the people. We do not discriminate. We are not ideologically possessed like many of the people in the skateboarding scene, the ones that I say are part of the deep skate.
The deep skate.
No, we're not. The deep skate is trying to undermine the Make America Skate Again movement by gatekeeping what is cool and what's acceptable in skateboarding. And we will not let them undermine our movement. Bikes, scooters, inline skates, everything is allowed here. We do not discriminate. Quad skates, all of it. It's all good. The fact that you would own a skate park, and action sports are so abusive. The fact that you'd do this and then be like, can you believe this act of grinding stuff causes damage? I'm like,
right.
Isn't that what it's called? Grinding.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be damage.
I've never understood that. I know, like, the Honeywell Falls DIY spot, like, claims to be all skate, and the place is sick. Like, they did such a nice job on it, and I've definitely poached it. And yeah, it'd be cool. Like, if it was a little bit more open arms, I get it. They did a lot of work there. They want to protect it, but it's way more fun when there's more people at the session. And dude, the scooter kids here, they throw down. I mean, they're some of the most certified riders that come through the door. You know what I mean?
We are spoiled in Rochester because we have a tremendously awesome scooter scene. Have you seen the scooter scene?
Dude, the scooter scene is the most beautiful scooter scene. China could never have a scooter scene like this.
Yeah. Our scooter scene is great. The riders are great, but that's also because I got on their freaking butts as soon as I moved here. You know, I went to Dylan. It was Dylan and Kyle and this kid, Christian's brother Ryan, and I was like, listen, people hate scooters. They don't like scooters, right?
Yeah.
And you're the older scooter guys, so it is you boys line up.
Yeah.
It's your job to get the younger scooter kids in line. Because the skateboarders aren't going to do it. The bikers aren't going to do it. You have to foster the next generation so everyone doesn't hate scooters.
Yeah.
And you can ask Dylan. Dylan and I we're tight. I love that dude. He's like the OG of scootering in here. Like, he's a legend. And people love him even though he posts crazy conspiratorial stuff on the internet.
Dude, yeah, I feel like that's part of it.
Hashtag direct energy weapons, you know? And I love it. And I love Dylan. And if you hear this, Dylan, I love you.
Hashtag direct energy.
So our scooter scene is awesome.
I feel like I need to change my sunglasses to talk about direct energy weapons.
Okay. We got Jay Vots in the chat. I work on the railroad. That's awesome. You know a little bit about a little bit about locomotives.
Ooh.
I can identify a SD40, and I only know a little bit.
Dude, you haven't been responding to any of the locomotive videos I've been sending you on Instagram.
I don't like the railroad modeling. I like, you know.
Dude, quit dissing me. You have to be inclusive in your railroading too. You can't exclude you in your railroading.
You know, I will say, I love a Dash 8, but you don't see them much these days.
Right.
And you don't really see much Dash 9s. You almost never see Dash 8. They've all been rebuilt. So when it comes to road switchers, I do like the EMDs, but on the road, out there on the lines, I'm a GE guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Okay. And that's it for train talk today.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not actually as good at trains as you are. Pretty sorted with your train.
Well, you know, I'm actually transgender.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like locomotives.
That's good, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, who's the kid who rips the scooter? He wears the Protec helmet, like the full cut Protec.
Fox, the best scooter rider you've ever seen in your life.
Dude, I was watching him ride the other night. I was chilling with Reed. You know Reed? Shout out Reed. Who's just an absolute menace behind the handlebars.
He's gotten so good at biking.
Oh my god, dude! And he's
out
just
of nowhere.
The speed is what does it for me.
Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, dude. And so we're sitting there and we're riding the bull, and Fox is on like the other side. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming over there." So we're like, "All right, word, get after it, son." Comes in, jumps into the bowl, grinds the whole bowl corner back in, and then like clears the spocks in the bowl and does like a whole line through the whole park. Just like, I don't even think I saw him like push.
He's so good at scooters.
It was insane. It's like, I don't even know how you pump like that on those little wheels, dude.
He has it.
Yeah, dude.
If you watch Fox's scooter, he catches his tricks like with his like toes, like very gently. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. You know, he worked on trains.
Really?
Yeah, he worked down at the oh my god, what is it? Lakeville and Livonia down there.
Yeah.
So he would get up at like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 a.m. and drive. He's going to text me and be like, that's all wrong, but whatever. He'd drive all the way down there and like they're like repairing doors and handles, just like doing fabrication repair work on the train, the boxcars and shit down there.
Yeah, dude, the shop I used to work at, they had like we did like a work share with that and we had like guys carpooling down there. They said some of that was like some of the gnarliest work they've ever done. It was like nasty and the weather was ass at certain times. But Yeah, Fox.
Go check it out.
Fox, say what up next time you're here, dude. That's
Fox is
sick.
the man, because he got to work, out of high school. He's a good scooter. He's so good at scootering. He totally could be sponsored if he wanted to, but it's like, really, honestly, it's not, the juice isn't worth the squeeze there.
Yeah, 100%.
So he got a real job. He's welding, and he's out of that job and welding at another shop now. So he's doing the thing, and I really respect that he's trying to find that work play balance.
100%.
And he's a really good dude. He's in some of our old videos. He was like this big and had long hair, and everyone thought he was a girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fox's style is super sick. To watch him flow around the park like that, like, not many people have that, be able to like link together the entire spot, let alone on a scooter. It's got to be like, skateboard would be another step above that in terms of difficulty, but I feel like we got it real easy on the bikes.
So I'm going to go back to some train talk in the chat. Right behind us is the Goodman Yard. It's the Rochester Rail Yard.
Yep.
And it's like almost a pinch point for like almost everything in the Northwest. Although right before Pittsford in Fairport, it does split, and there's the shoreline goes like south through Henrietta and then connects back like on the west side of the city. So basically, almost everything in this corridor has to go through Fairport, and this is CSX line here. Mm-hmm. In this yard, it connects to the north-south route, and that's where the Rochester and Southern, which is Genesee and Wyoming.
Yep.
You applied for a job with them or whatever.
Yeah.
So like they get access into this lot on like Sunday nights.
Okay.
And that north-south line there goes down to the southern tier, because down in where like Pennsylvania and New York meet, that's where the Norfolk Southern lines go east-west.
Okay.
And the problem is because the Finger Lakes.
Right.
So they either had to go all the way north to where it was flat or stay south and try to like weave through.
Yeah.
So we do see a lot of stuff through here, but we almost never see any like NS. We get some borrowed power on Union Pacific stuff once in a while.
Okay.
And down in Dansville, south of here, there's a diesel shop.
Yeah.
So a lot of tough stuff. A lot of times, some locomotives dead in tow get brought to this yard right behind us, behind the skate park, and they'll sit there for a couple days until Sunday night, when Rochester and Southern can grab them and they bring them down south to the the diesel shop. So we do see some like random trains in this yard, just because of that.
That's cool.
And I if I open my door, I turn right, I can see the railroad tracks. I also can see my house. So my house and the skate park are on either side of the same railroad tracks. So,
that's sick.
There's your train talk for the day. I'm sure this dude is mad hyped. He's probably foaming right now.
Yo, Prince in the chat.
Prince is in the chat, number 1 fan. Well, number 3 according to YouTube.
Dude, Jay Volts is number 1.
He is right now.
That's sick.
Jay Volts in the chat. You're in Chicago. You're on our YouTube channel. How the hell did you find us?
Yeah, you've been blowing
Alex
up.
Willard's in the chat on TikTok. That's cool.
What's up, A-Line? I think I'm heading to Rays with those boys this weekend.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very excited for that.
So, Prince, I'll ask you in the chat and everyone else new in the chat. I was asking earlier, what's like the Christmas thing? Like what is that? I said earlier, for me, it was like the shadow of the pine needles of the Christmas tree on the ceiling in the living room with the colored lights, right? Like that was the thing. What was it for you guys? What's that thing that just reminds me of that, like that warm Christmassy feeling when you were a kid? That'll never be. It was close. It was right there with the first time you got drunk, but almost.
I don't know why the pine needles on the shadow of the pine needles on the ceiling reminds me of like listening to American football. I don't know why. It's just because you like that same. Are those lyrics?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. American football is Midwest emo.
Yeah.
And one of the themes, if not the theme of Midwest emo, is nostalgia.
Right.
All their songs are about nostalgic.
Yeah. I love Midwest emo, dude.
Let's see. I've been popping up the past couple days in the shorts and random algorithm, and now he's here. Maybe he clicked on the live chat. That's awesome.
That's sick. Dude, see? People love the train stuff. Dude, we got to be more on the trains. Yeah. The boys love the trains, man. Yeah,
this was a gamble tonight. I went viral the night before Thanksgiving, so I was like, let me stream on Christmas Eve and see if maybe shit will blow up,
Yeah.
And based on these numbers, it's not. So I probably won't do this again next year, but it was an experiment.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's gonna sound crazy, but for him it was snowmen. So your family was doing a lot of cocaine on Christmas, huh?
That's true.
That's crazy.
Prince from the old Scarface fam.
I love man, the Christmas tree is the shit, right? That was the best. The smell of the tree. When I was a kid and I'd find out someone I knew did fake Christmas trees, I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like the smell, dude.
It's tyranny.
Smell, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no point in a fake tree. Might as well not have one at all.
Yeah, right? It's like smoking K2, right?
I don't know much about smoking K2, man.
Okay. Contrary to the way you look right now.
What? Dude, my outfit. I busted out this hat for you. I thought you'd like this.
The hat does look pretty warm.
Yeah, the hat's dialed. I was like, I needed something Christmassy. I was like, I should throw this on. The fuzz. And last time I was on, the lights were really bright. So I was like, I'm going to bring sunglasses too. And I'm exhausted.
Okay. I always liked the decorating of the tree. That was a big one. That was like a whole thing. Like,
yeah.
My dad and mom would get it like stood up. And then my dad always did this thing decorating the tree where he would take one string of white lights, right?
Uh-huh.
And he would like wrap the trunk of the tree with white lights close.
Oh.
And then we do the colored lights around the outside. So my dad always did the white lights. And then we'd all kind of help with the colored lights.
Uh-huh.
And then we'd all come in for the ornaments. Right?
That's
It was
cool.
a whole like there was like this Christmas records my dad would put on. So there was a whole like it was pretty good. Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, I love Christmas. Well, do you want to listen to it?
Sure.
I would put it on. Actually, I can't put it on because the people on TikTok won't even hear it because it's only through here. But David Rowe in the TikTok chat, thank you, dude. Thank you. I really like the Pogues Christmas song, Fairy Tale in New York, which is like a hilarious Christmas song.
Yeah.
But I
I don't know if I know it.
It's like an Irish vibe to it.
Uh-huh.
We could play it. The problem is no one on TikTok would hear it. I swear to God, I had to actually have it queued up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll get demonetized for playing it, but if I could try to switch it so it plays through the TV, not through the headphones, and then you could hear it. Let's see if this works. Yeah. So this is the song. Sorry for everyone else. You know this one?
No.
Yeah, it's the Pogues. I don't know. It's a great song. I would just skip it till like it picks up. You never heard this song?
No.
It's a great song, dude.
I'm gonna have to put it into the queue.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude, it's so good because they like it's like a love song, but it's like a Christmas thing. But then they have like a fight in the song, and it's like the only Christmas song that like. I'm not gonna say what word is in it, but we'll get to it in like the next verse. If anyone knows this song, you probably can't hear it on the chat. Maybe you can hear it. I don't know. This song was on the skate park yesterday. Troy was DJing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. So yeah, that's classic Christmas song. That's my favorite Christmas song. I also do like the Kinks have a Christmas song.
Okay.
That's what I also very much enjoy. My dad had this cassette tape of all of these like obscure Christmas songs, and those were both part of it. So, yeah, I think someone in the chat just said that the Christmas song, Christmas music, Christmas. I do love Christmas music. What?
Wild statement. What statement?
Terrell Life is in the chat. That is unbelievable.
Allegedly.
Wow. I do like Christmas music. There's a band. There's a band called She and Him. Do you know She and Him?
Mm-mm.
It's Zoe Deschanel's band. You know who that is?
No, who's that?
She's an actor. I'm not a movie person. I've watched like 6 movies my entire life. She's got dark hair and she's pale and she has like nice eyes. I don't know. It sounds so ridiculous. But her and this dude, M. Ward, I think his name, and they have like 3 or 4 albums. It's like super chill. It's like coffee shop music, kind of like chill alternative. But they have a Christmas album that I really do like. They have a couple of bangers in there. But I do like Christmas. All the Bing Crosby classics. Yeah. Those are great, dude.
I'm an orchestra. I have a soft spot for orchestra music.
Oh yeah.
I love Rochester Philharmonic. Yeah. Crushes Slate Ride.
Oh yeah.
Crushes. Dude, anyone wants to get amped about Christmas, get into the Christmas spirit, Rochester Philharmonic, Sleigh Ride live. Okay. So sick.
I'll look that up.
Oh, dude. They just hammer, and then they hit like that's the sleigh rides, the one where they have like the hooves of the horses and stuff. So, oh, dude.
Oh yeah, kill it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top notch.
Dave Rowe in the TikTok chat asked if I was mostly a skater.
I don't think you're mostly a skater.
No, I'm a biker mostly, but I've skated as long as I've biked, but I am way better at bike riding than skateboarding. I don't have the grace to be a skateboarder. I'm like kind of stiff, and like I'm more of like a muscle guy than like a flowy guy. So like my physiology, as much as I wanted to be a skateboarder, bikes worked out way better.
Yeah.
But I skate. I mean, I skate the mini ramp. I pretty much only skate the mini ramp. I could still do a heel flip, I guess. And yeah, David's right. Zoe Deschanel was in the movie Elf, the Will Ferrell one.
Oh, that's the girl?
But she's blonde in that movie.
Yes.
And she doesn't look how... Yeah. She had a show that was popular that chicks love. Oh, God, what was it called? Oh, geez, my wife likes it. Every white bitch loves this show she's in. Oh, my God. What the fuck is the name of the show?
I'm not a show guy.
I don't know. I don't watch TV. New Girl. There you go. Someone knows. Yeah, you ever seen New Girl?
No.
She's like a quirky girl. Like quirky white girl, you know? She's adorable, though. She's excellent voice. She's tremendous.
Yeah. She was cute in the Elf movie. Had a secret Christmas crush on her. I didn't know who she was, though. Yeah,
she's babe. Her music's great, too. She's an interesting voice. Let's see. Terrell said, what about snowboarding? I don't snowboard. I have a snowboard. I went to Hampton Park out in Brockport, half hour outside the city.
Yeah.
There's a tow rope, and I got rocked.
Yeah, do you get wrecked?
Oh, dude, I got on the snowboard, started going down this hill, and I was like, dude, I got this, dude. I skate, I ride, I'm good. And I start drifting backwards, and I'm like, oh, shit. I can't control this thing. And then I caught edge. Wham! Dude, just like whiplash back of my head on the ground. Goggles went flying like 25 feet. And then there's like kind of like sliding slowly down the hill. I just got humbled so freaking hard.
Not even doing anything sick? Just trying to make your way down?
I can kind of snowboard. We would go over to Cobb's Hill or Pinnacle Hill in the city, and they'd build jumps on the picnic tables, and like I could like go down a short hill and like get onto a picnic table and do a 180. I could actually like do some stuff on the snowboard, but I've never been to like a snowboard mountain. I just never did that.
Right.
Nate has a snow bike. He's got like 2 snow bikes.
Ooh.
That is hard and also terrifying.
I bet, dude. They gotta go so fast.
Terrifying, dude.
They go as fast as I think they go.
The thing about the snow bike, it's just like sledding and snowboarding. Like, you feel like you're going so fast. You'll watch your buddy go down the hill on the snow bike, and you're like, oh, he's going like 8 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour. It doesn't look that fast. Yeah. And then you get on it, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, dude. Do you see S&M's snow bike edit?
No, I did see that one that went viral like a month ago, and the guy had all the grind boxes and he did all kinds of crazy tricks and stuff.
Nah, the S&M did like a full edit on put it up on YouTube of one of their riders just doing all snow bike shit.
Maybe it was that guy. He had like long hair.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You got to be a freakazoid to like specialize in snow bike stuff.
What if we got in some snow machines and like filled the skate park with snow so we could snow bike it, and then I could just claim insurance damages.
Flood?
And then I'm out, dude.
Right.
I'm out.
You're out.
Payday, dude.
We should just take the roof off and let nature do it.
No.
How's the heat going? Do you fix the heat?
No.
Did the blowing it out help or no?
Okay, so we there was compounding issues.
Okay.
Shout out Troy if Troy's still in the chat.
Troy does HVAC too?
No, he doesn't do anything, but he does everything. He's like me.
Okay.
He doesn't know what he's doing, but he knows how to do it.
Okay.
We went up. I mean, the owner's manual thingy for the furnace says if it's continuous low fire, here's the 4 things to check. And like, so we checked the 4 things. One of the things is the valve modulator seemingly wasn't modulating. You put the multimeter on it, and the thing says, "Oh, put the multimeter on it and check resistance. It should be between here and here." And we got nothing. So
no resistance.
No resistance. The thing's dead. So we replaced that, and we still have the same problem. But what I've learned in the shop here is if one of the overhead heaters is on, puts out good heat. Okay. If you turn the other one on, they don't put out good heat.
Sounds like the gas conspiracy.
Yes. So it seems that all basic physics leads you to think that there is a gas pressure issue.
Yeah.
Right. There's just because if there was some other factor, right. Those overhead heaters are really basic machines. It's essentially like a blowtorch. It's a fan, I don't know what you call it, like the spigot, the burner, the torch head, whatever it is.
Yeah, burner.
And that's it,
yeah.
right? So as soon as something else demands gas, and then thing stops putting out heat,
right?
Clearly, it's a gas pressure or gas volume or gas amount issue.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna have to get a meter on there, test some CFMs.
Well, Troy had a momometer.
Momometer?
So he like it tests like the volume of air or whatever. So he like put it on there, and it's like it's supposed to be like 6 or something, and it's at like 1.5. And then when the blower turns on, and this is the unit on the ceiling on the roof, it goes negative. Like the velocity of the blower has so much. It's actually pushing air the wrong way through the pipe.
Right.
And
or it sounds like pulling like a vacuum almost, like pulling the air or the gas in. It's not getting pushed in.
Yeah, I don't know. What we didn't do, though, we didn't test the gas pressure at the furnace and then turn on the overhead unit, because that would have been a solid like falsification dynamic or whatever. So I don't know. So right now, those overhead units, they're pretty good. They're like 250,000 BTUs. They put out a lot of heat.
Yeah.
And if I only have one on, and the one in the shop actually has like a thermostat thing attached to it, so I just set it to like 47-ish, and if it gets below 47, it kicks on. And it's done a good job, and luckily it hasn't been too cold in here.
Right.
And I let the landlord know, hey, for context, they just moved my gas meter.
Right.
And it was only after they moved my gas meter I started having this fucking issue. So I said, hey, I'm not paying someone to come here and test this.
Yeah.
I'll have my homies come check it out. But you got to come back in or call whoever came in and did this, and they got to prove to me that I have adequate gas pressure. Because 2 things. They moved the meter, and also the space next to mine is under massive construction right now. They're rebuilding the whole thing.
Right.
They're putting a giant like machine shop in there. And so they're doing tons of construction. So it's possible they could have done something over there that messed with my gas. So like, I didn't do anything wrong. So and I'm not paying for someone to come to look at this until they can verify it's not their problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault. Sorry. So Merry Christmas.
Interesting. The RG&E guy probably left his roach in the pipe or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. Someone told me just call RG&E. A couple people told me that, but I don't pay my gas bill. It's like a weird situation where the gas charge goes to the landlord, and the landlord bills me for my gas through my rent, but it's always like 3 months behind.
Right.
But I do pay my electric directly. It's kind of annoying that it might be to the point where after this month, or I don't know, it depends. Probably after this month, if they don't get this shit figured out, I'm just not going to pay rent and be like, no, you gotta answer my question, or like, it's a lot of money too. So
yeah,
$10,000 a month rent. So
damn, it's no joke.
Yeah, dude, Hovey's in the chat, Justin's in the chat, Prince is in the chat, Terrell's in the chat.
Dude, seems like we're kind of popping right now. Dude, this week's been, I know you talked about it on the socials, but you've been blowing up lately.
Yeah, socials are blowing up. I prepared that, actually. I switch over to my screen and turn on the window capture, which no one on TikTok can see this, but let's see. Channel analysis. Here's my YouTube. 8,420,322 views in the last 28 days. We are up 20,000 subscribers, and I have 1 penny in ad revenue. It's pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
We're really, really killing it out here right now.
Well, you're on the board.
You're on the board.
You're on the board.
See, the thing is, the big video that got me all the views.
Yeah.
So the skate park plywood repair, 5.4 million views, and fixing holes in my skate park, 2.4 million views. Those are what got me monetized.
Yeah.
It's funny, after that, it drops down to 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. It's like, freaking.
I feel like the video you just posted of cutting through the screw with the circ saw.
Yeah.
People are going to love that. People are going to get fired up about the circ saw on the screw. You know it.
Well, here, again, like I said earlier, I went kind of viral on the night before Thanksgiving. That was my first breakthrough. The first time I got a couple more quarter million views in a few videos. So I was like, all right, Christmas Eve, I'm going to live stream. I'm going to post like a video that's similar to the ones that went viral and see. And so far it hasn't performed super well. But it might be tomorrow that does well, right? Because tomorrow will be like, oh, everyone does their Christmas thing in the morning, and then midday they're probably just hanging out at their aunt's house, bored and sitting on their phones. So that's what I thought happened on Thanksgiving, is that people were just, at their mom's house or the aunt's house or whatever, and just sitting on their phones like, I can't stand talking to my uncle. Or whatever it is. So, but while we're talking about that stuff, I want to show you some of my other numbers. And sorry, TikTokers, you don't get to see this. Only YouTube does.
YouTube exclusive.
We go back to, let's see, go to Dave full screen. I'm gonna show you some legit. I'm gonna show you my numbers, right? Nope, that's my store. Sales summary. Here we go. So these are my numbers. I have a couple days left before the end of the year, but I'm at the big number here says 228,000. That's my net. Sorry, it's my net sales. My gross sales. It subtracts the other shit or whatever. But so I broke $220,000 in sales this year, which is pretty good because I'm gonna take you on a little journey here. We're gonna go back to last year. That was 202. Ooh. The year before that, 199. The year before that, 205, and then go to COVID. Boom, 303. Ooh. This is, if you guys remember, like I posted this video years ago. It was my numbers going up and then just plummeting. And we can go back farther here. 303 or 292,000 in 21. Let's see, $264,000 in 2020. 257 or 250 in 2019. 232,000 in 2018. So you look at my trajectory, and I was going up and up and up, and then I went from $292,000 in sales to 205.
Go back. What was the difference in transactions there? 15,573 transactions down to 10,385.
Yes. So after COVID, my business lost between 25 and 30% of all of my sales and traffic and attendance. And after, that was 2022, 2023, I didn't even break $200,000. That is like horrific. My company average was about $250,000 in sales.
Right.
And with some good growth, and then plummeted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and 8,000 transactions as well, or
right.
9,000 transactions.
Crazy, right? And then, this 202, I was down even lower, 7,400 transactions. Literally, I had half as many transactions as I had prior to that. And the difference there is that's when I switched from $15 a session to $20 a session.
Right.
Right? So the fact that I'm now, my transactions are about the same, actually. But now that I'm up to 220, it's like it's about a 10% increase this year versus what I've been doing for a long time. So yeah, man, it's great. I would love for a business that just barely breaks even, like the difference in like making 220 and 200 is basically like my pay. You know? And what's crazy though, each year I'm bringing more money into the business. So like this year, that $220,000 I'm at, I got about I don't remember the exact number, but it's like somewhere around $15,000 I got through Patreon on top of that, right?
Oh.
And I do the bike share job in the summertime where I get about somewhere between, $1,800 and $2,700 a month, like April through November, right? So that's another like $12,000-$15,000, right? So that number being 22,000 or 220,000 plus probably another 20,000 or so in all the additional stuff. Mm-hmm. And then when I was looking at some of my other numbers, I took in, I think it was above $20,000 in labor for bicycle mechanics this year, not counting the bike share job.
Really?
Just like in tune-ups and flat repairs and all that stuff. So that's another $20,000 I managed to work into the business outside of riding.
Yeah.
So like the skate park is 100% not sustainable and has not been sustainable since COVID.
Right.
I've just done all of this other shit to keep the doors open, working like a billion freaking hours.
Yeah.
To make it happen. Not complaining. It's an observation. I have the greatest job in the world. I'm a
100%.
psychopath. I fucking love it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's sweet. Jeremy and I were talking about that today. Just like the amount of effort we see you put in to keep this place rolling, and then also the growth you've been experiencing on the social media. It's interesting because it's so tangible. Yeah, or I mean, it is and it isn't tangible, but like you can look at the numbers relatively easily for the social media stuff, and it's like, wow, Dave is gaining traction, and like you said, you're starting to get some monetization. It's like,
yeah,
it's a little bit here and there, but you're on the board. You know what I mean? Like it's the beginning of that. Whatever that ends up being. It's something.
What we're doing here is real as fuck.
Yeah.
Right. The internet is filled with bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'm streaming on TikTok. How much of TikTok could you say is not actually just bullshit?
Right, dude.
There are so much content out there. It's just clickbaity, brain rotty bullshit.
Oh my
right?
God, yeah.
They're really great at like getting your attention, and there's nothing to it. What we're doing here, what I'm doing here, is something real, right? My videos, I'm pretty decent at it. Fortunately for me, I can talk to a camera, I can edit and film, and I can see in my head what I want the video to look like. I've been doing videos my whole life. But every video usually has some sort of narrative structure. Hey, we're fixing this. Hey, we're doing this, right? And a lot of times those videos are kind of embedded in like this is part 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's embedded in like the whole channel, which is one part of this story. And I'm always talking about like in like kind of grandiose terms about like this is about like we're actually trying to make America skate again. We're trying to get kids off their fucking phones. Like go on my website, read the first thing on my website is there's some spelling errors on it, but it's like we're in this fight to get kids back into the play-based childhood out of the phone-based childhood.
Right.
Like what I'm doing is like I'm passionate. People see that I work hard. People see that.
Yeah.
I'm conveying that in an honest sense, right?
Right.
I'm not like. Yeah, I think it's great, obviously, and I think it can only go up. It's just going to take time because it doesn't have that clickbaity thing to pull people in initially. But I think what I'm doing, I'm not doing it. I'm like steering the ship, right? Like I'm like building the levee and building a dam and making sure there's no erosion here and like trying to, I'm doing the naked rain dance to get more water in the creek and I'm doing everything I can to get it going, and I think it's like it's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
And I think I see this exploding, and honestly, I swear to God, I think in 2 years, 3 years, action sports is going to be back on the up and up.
Yeah.
And people are going to look at my accounts and they're going to be like, dude, I remember that dude started. He just did this Christmas stream that one year, like no one was there.
Right.
Like, this dude was like fully committed to the thing, right? There's been people in action sports, like your Rob Deerdecks and your BAMs, who are just like, right time, right place kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Maybe I'll be in the right time, the right place, but like I'm trying to make that time. Yeah. I'm trying to make that fucking place.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do it.
It's cool. I one of my favorite things about the content that you create is it's productive.
Yes.
You know, it's productive, and that's one of the most trying things as someone, you know, who I don't frequent all the social media platforms, but, you know, as, you know, on Instagram and Facebook is essentially where I spend my time if I'm on any social. It's nice to see positive it's nice to see positive stuff, and, you know, it's like bad news sells, and to see you not
never,
it's, you know, succumb to that, you know, and just make up fake stuff to get people in, you know.
Well, I can't fucking stand it when it's so much media play in action sports, just as people getting hurt.
Oh, dude, I hate
the perception of action sports being so dangerous.
Yeah.
The amount of people that call or show up and be dude, you know, people just breaking their legs all the time.
Oh my God, dude.
It almost never happens. I think there's two things. The two main things, in my opinion, holding back action sports are the public perception that it's high risk and super dangerous.
Yep.
And the deep skate.
Yeah.
The ideological capture and the gatekeepers and the people who just want action sports to be a certain way, and they've managed to get into certain positions of power where they can actually kind of control that.
Right.
Right? I think our outdoor skate parks can be so much better. There's a lot. It's going to get better, and I'm gonna do everything I can to lead that charge, and and I hope one day, you know, I can sell this skate park to someone else, and I could just come in and help them and keep working on my videos and make I used to call it NASA, North American Skate Park Association, you know, and have something to be dude, go back. We got 150 podcasts. People are. I swear to God, I get emails almost every day or messages from someone who's I live in rural Missouri and there's never been a skate park and I want to build a skate park. And I'm sorry if you send me those emails, because this is the response I always give them. I say, look up my podcast, find the episodes that are about skate parks, listen to all those,
right?
Do your homework, then come back to me when you got questions. I'm willing to work with anyone. I schedule calls to people all the time. We talk, but I'm so busy now, I can't really afford to just talk to anyone,
right?
Because most people don't have the slightest clue, and that's not being mean. That's just the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want skate parks to be successful. So the way Jaden's dad told me in the beginning, he set me up with homework. And only if I did my homework would he give me more guidance and give me more guidance.
Right.
Every time I saw him, I said, you got to do this, this, and this. I would do that and that. I'd call him the next day or in 2 days. So when people ask me they want to own a skate park, open a skate park, I give them homework, and I see if they come back to talk to me. Because if you can't go comb through my YouTube or Spotify and find these episodes and listen to some conversations about skate park, if that's too much work for you, you're never going to make a successful skate park.
I'd say, dude, you charge for consulting.
I wouldn't charge for consulting. The industry's not big enough to charge for consulting. No shot.
You don't think so?
But I will say, I've decided after I consulted for indoor skate park in Albany, which didn't last, and they sold it to a nonprofit, and then now they're closed as well. I will not consult, or at least not for free, if you're not going to allow everything in.
Allow everything? Oh, as far as
bike, scooters,
skateboards.
Unless you're in a scenario where, we have a, 4,000 square foot place and the ceiling's only 10 feet tall, and you really can't do bikes. I guess maybe. But I'm not into this discriminating, we're just going to do this thing. So
yeah. But even outdoors, we were just saying, the amount of money wrapped up in outdoor skate parks, your insight's valuable beyond just the indoor scene, Yeah. Sure. Company building a, outdoor skate park or municipality would love to say that they have a professional skate park consultant on, Well,
that's one thing I'm going to try to do is I want to be a third-party consultant for outdoor parks. I just want to triangulate between the town building it and the designer who just wants them to desperately buy their skate park.
Right.
I got 2 questions in the chat I want to address. Emmy said, do you think Ithaca can support a skate park, indoor park? He said Ithaca's only a 38,000 population. Is that true?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's not a lot of people, and it's a college town, so money would be tight. Any skate park is sustainable if you can find an affordable enough space. That's always the question.
Right.
You really need to find something for like $2 a square foot, $3 a square foot. It also depends on size and many factors, but
need abandoned industrial space. It's like your only option.
I consulted with a dude, I think his name was Dan, who was trying to build a skate park in Ithaca. There used to be a skate park down in Ithaca. I think it was called East Shore, maybe.
Okay.
And he was trying to get into that same space and build a park. And I kind of was grilling him a little bit. And I was like, why do you want to have a skate park? And what he said to me, he said what many people say. He's like, well, I thought it'd be really sick to like have a place to ride with my homies. And I was like, you don't want a skate park.
Right.
You want a key holder. You want a small spot for you and like 6 of your homies.
Yeah.
Like if you want to just ride and have a cool spot to ride with your homies, don't open an indoor skate park.
Right.
That's not what you're going to do. It'll be the opposite, and it'll eat you alive.
Just go rent a storage unit with a tall ceiling.
You'll basically lose money to not ride.
Right.
Yeah. And then in the YouTube chat, someone said, when most people think about action sports, they just think of like top 10 worst crashes and Nitro Circus. And yes, boom. Nitro Circus is entertaining. It's viralable. It's not attainable. If we want to grow action sports, you need to somehow get in front of kids with something that's entertaining but attainable.
Right.
We need to be in schools doing like box jump shows with like just like a single backflip or a 360.
Yeah.
And like a mix of disciplines. So you kind of, you could hit a whole bunch of ground balls out to those kids and maybe a couple of them are going to field them.
Yeah. Bring back the demos.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to hear, like, I'm obviously pretty intertwined with the mountain bike scene, but it's kind of cool to hear the zeitgeist in that realm kind of steering towards like respect for BMX and this respect for the smaller bike, because you hear a lot of guys, they're like, noting that some of their favorite riders that ride mountain bikes come from a BMX background, and like slowly guys are getting more into it. It's like, oh, I bought a complete, and now I just go to the local pump track and like kind of getting into it, and it's kind of cool. It's like that's slowly starting to make, like you were saying, it's like starting to get its grip again. And there's so many people doing like putting effort into recreating outside, but it's like that scope is only so large, and there's like a certain capacity to what people can consume, and it's like you see it happen like in the X Games with what's in and what's out and what they add and take away for sports. And it can happen with snowcross. Snowcross was like, the snowmobile racing was one of the biggest things in the X Games, and it started weaning off, and then boom, it's not in the X Games anymore, and now it's like the smallest facet of motorsports that exists. But yeah, it's cool to just kind of see the growth
fashion,
coming
really.
back. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dude, it's like, again, like action sports have to be accessible and sustainable. Like that's it. Like you have to get kids in. It has to be somewhere you get in front of kids. The kids have to see it as attainable, and then when they get into get into sports, it has to be something to sustain them through the sports. I can tell you right now, BMX bikes have gotten so expensive. If you want a decent 18-inch or 16-inch BMX bike, it's like $500 now.
Yeah, dude.
That's not accessible.
Right.
It's
true.
not accessible.
Right.
Like BMX is going to continue to shrink.
Yeah.
Until someone does something about it. And I don't think any brands of BMX like have the courage to do anything other than what they've always doing. And I will tell them to their face, and I do when I'm on the phone with these people.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's like the prices are up, but also it's just like it's the inflation. The $100 bill's the new $100 bill's the new 20. Remember that feeling you get when you got handed a 20 when you were like, for Christmas you'd get a $20 bill and you'd be like, yo, we're balling. Now it's like, I was just at a Christmas gathering tonight where it's like the kid was like, got like a $50 bill and was like, it's like,
is that enough?
Yeah, dude, it's a sweatshirt. You know what I mean? $50 is a sweatshirt right now. It's like,
I guess if you buy clothes,
yeah, that's like for a teenager like herself that was getting the 50 was like, she wants it to go to the mall. You get a $50 bill. Like, I walked through Marketplace today actually because I was over there with Jeremy. They did a like company go-kart thing, and I I beat him there. So I just did a lap around the mall to see what's up. Place is almost completely empty.
Yep.
For anybody listening, it's like Marketplace Mall is like used to be a happening spot out in Henrietta. It was obviously a full-size mall, but yeah, almost completely empty. But I kind of walked around and like looked at the prices, and like it's like it makes sense that this is like becoming obsolete. You know, we don't need it anymore if you can just sit at your house and shop a better deal.
Well, dude, oh, man, I don't want to go on some crazy fucking tangent about the whole friggin' world, but I think the whole market has been completely bastardized because no one understands what money is anymore.
Oh, so true.
And mostly because money is fake.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you no longer really get cash, right? Because, so like, hold on. I got cash in my pocket right now. I got a wad of cash, right?
Yeah.
If I'm about to spend this money, right?
Flex.
Yeah, flex it on
Run it up, son.
I actually got a lot of money on me.
I pulled out a band.
If I got, so let's simplify this. Say you're a kid, you know, and you got like $10 in singles, right? And you want to buy something that's $8. In your hand, you're going to see an 80% reduction in the money you have, right? It is right there. It is tangible, right? Money's invisible now.
Right.
There's no real connection to what money is. Mm-hmm. Many kids now have like a card, or whether it's on their phone or the physical card, and they like call mom at the cash register and they say, "Oh, mom, can you put $20 on my card?"
Yeah.
So like, money's fake, right? And like the prices of cars and the prices of housing is through the fucking roof.
Yeah,
because everyone just buys stuff they can't afford based on credit.
Right.
So like, there's just no real connection anymore between tangible money and actual money. So the cost of everything goes up and people just keep buying it. Also, the entire market is based on supply and demand, right? And when almost nobody is capable of creating anything with their hands anymore,
right,
they have to pay for someone else to do it. Everything. Mm-hmm. That's why the car mechanic is like insanely expensive now.
Yeah, dude.
Because no one
$165 a shop hour.
It's crazy.
An hour.
I know.
$165, dude.
If you saw my recap video this week, I put a tie rod end in my car.
Yeah.
I have a 2005 Ford Focus. My tie rod end was $17.
Okay.
And it took 10 minutes to put it on it.
Yeah.
Now I'm handy and I've worked on my car a bunch, but $17 and less than a half hour of my time.
Right.
If you went to a car shop and you had replace a tie rod end, you're not getting out of there for less than $400. Probably more than that.
I was just about to say $4 bills all day.
Not only can you not do it, you are so clueless as to what a tie rod is and what it does that they could say they can go buy a tie rod end from Rock Auto for $12 and charge you $200, and you're like, I don't know, there's a tie rod end, there's $200.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what my old man always says. He's like, do most people driving their car they do not even know what the gas pedal actually does. They just, know, like in like in a mechanical sense, they just know that it makes the car go forward. You know. Yes,
we're so detached from how anything works. No one could do anything. That's why, like, and part of this, it's almost like you can't. There's this trope with millennials and younger that like, oh, they never taught us this in school, or our parents never taught us this, right? Mm-hmm. But part of that's in an Orwellian sense. If you don't see your parents capable of doing anything, mechanical with their hands, you don't have the language, the understanding to even know maybe you could even try this.
Right.
Right? You don't even know. All you do is something breaks, and your whole life growing up, your dad just calls someone on the phone, that person comes, they fix it, they complain about the bill, and you go, oh, that's what life is like, paying for it and complaining.
Complaining about the bill.
Right, that's it.
Yeah, dude.
Like, the cost of everything would come down if tomorrow a third of people suddenly realize they can actually use their mind and their hands and Google or ChatGPT to be like, actually, you know what? If I take my car wheel and shake it, left and right, it's a tie rod end. If I go top and bottom, it's the other thing.
The ball joint.
Ball joint, yeah. Yeah, it's actually really simple.
Right. It is crazy, though. Like, I think about, like, It does take, you got to kind of buy in though, like tools. You know what I mean? Like you do need you need to invest a little bit in tools, but you know, like my uncle always taught me, it's like if you got to do a job, just use that as an excuse to buy one new tool.
Yeah.
If you buy one new tool with every job, it's like when you went to go get your tie rod, say you get like one tool that, you know, maybe you don't have at all, or it's kind of nasty in your box, and like you know, you don't want to use it.
Don't want to be nasty in the box.
Yeah, you don't want it to be nasty in the box. I saw that coming from a mile away. But if you just use that as an excuse to every little repair, it's like you end up with a full-on collection of tools, and, you know, could be a career. You know, like I rode my toolbox all over the country. Yeah. Just, you know.
Well, when I did my tie rod end, right, I have the Milwaukee Impact battery one, right?
Yeah.
And so it's the Impact, a 19 mil on the lug nut, it's either 17 or 15, I think 17 millimeter on the top of the tie rod.
Yep.
And then you just need 2 adjustable wrenches or something of that sort.
Right.
It's like you literally could have bought every tool for that job and probably still paid less money than a shop would charge you to do it.
Right. Or even if it is a little bit more, like you have assets now, like things that are worth money and you hold on to. It's not just gone.
You know, it's funny. To this day, in my truck is a tool set my father bought me for Christmas.
Really?
I mean, and it must have been 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need like a decent, you know, it's not like a huge tool set, but it's got the basics.
Yeah.
And I keep the bigger toolbox in whichever car I think is most likely to break, and the smaller toolbox in the one, you know.
Yeah.
And I can get away with, you know, I have 2 beater cars, right? My car was $1,500. My truck was $800. The glamorous life of owning a skate park. I have 2 vehicles, and one of them is almost always broken.
Yep.
But the parts are cheap, and I can fix them.
Yep.
Right.
100%.
And that's way, way cheaper.
Yeah.
Than a new car. You're gonna pay $600 a month.
Yeah.
$500 a month, $400 a month, $800 a month. Who knows what, you know, like, and you listener, you have to pay that price for that car because you don't have an option.
And interest. And you're paying the bank for the car. Bank owns the car. You're just borrowing it from the bank. Yeah. I one-upped you. I drive an entire toolbox now because I'm in such fear of my rig breaking. But yeah, it's
and you know, to bring this back home, part of the reason like I started to have a distaste for Christmas is because it got so consumeristic, you know.
Oh, dude.
It started to be about, like, people would be going around quantifying how much value they got in gifts or how many gifts they got rather than, like, I have a picture on my phone. The year my dad got me the toolbox, I think he got me, actually I know for a fact, he got me a mixer pack of Brooklyn Brewery, 12-pack of beers, the toolbox, and then a bottle of Woodford Reserve Double Oak, which is one of my favorite bourbons.
Sick. Very
practical gift.
Yep.
Still have the tools.
Right.
So, like, when gifts make sense, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
All for it.
I'm still using, my dad got me a 250-piece Craftsman, like, socket set with the ratchets and stuff like that. I think I was 8 for Christmas.
8?
When I was 8 years old.
What a badass.
Dude, because I was in the shop with my old man, like, dude, there's pictures of me when I was, like, a baby. Mm-hmm. He would take a couple of tires and stack them up and put a blanket in the tires and then put me in the tires, and that was, like, my, like, playpen. So I just grew up in the shop. Yeah. And so as soon as, like, I was taking his tools and his tools were disappearing, he's like, that's it, we're getting him a kit. And I'm still using the same sockets. And I've just been upgrading, like, I've broken sockets, I broke the ratchets, like, stuff's worn out, I've replaced them. But, like, the whole basis of my entire identity is, like, in that 250-piece set of tools. And I have lost the bottom of the original case, but I kept the lid. I have the lid with, like, the Craftsman graphic. It's, like, it's just cool. It's, like, it's literally like that day. Like, I still remember opening up and, like, everything changed that day. Mm-hmm. I was like, had my first set of tools. It's crazy. It's giving me chills talking about it, dude. It's like,
you know what's sick? My dad had another set of tools that was like way cheap, shittier one. Like, and that was in his truck. And when he died, I got his Nissan Frontier.
Yep.
And I have that tool set.
Hell
I still have it. It's in the workshop. It actually has like with Sharpie. It says Dad on it.
Yeah.
And I have like my dad's like, and that was his set. And like now I have my set of tools and my 2 vehicles.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, those
awesome.
are the best. Those like, for our couple concurrent viewers right now, like maybe 12 across 2 platforms. Hit me with what was the most meaningful gift you got, most poignant, or that gift you still have,
Yeah.
Like, well, back in '87, this chick gave me on Christmas. I still have it. What is it?
I had to skip out on that one just in case any of the 12 viewers are underage. Yeah. My girlfriend and I were talking about it because we're both like on the same page as far as like how nasty the consumerism is now.
Yeah.
Her niece got I guess it's her cousin or niece. I don't know how that all works with cousins and stuff.
I don't either.
But she got like a set of coloring books and like coloring pencils, and her mom, along with the coloring book and coloring pencils, signed her up for a drawing class.
Cool.
And we're like, how sick is that? Like, that is an amazing Christmas present. Like, if like, that's something we'd want to do for our kid if we had one, is like just inspire them to be creative and like get them a skill for Christmas. Maybe it turns into a passion, a lifelong passion, or maybe it's just something fun and productive to do for the next 4 months.
Yeah.
Either way better than something that's going to end up in the garbage.
Shout out, Cameron said the first scooter he ever got, it was he said first scooter, to be honest. So his most meaningful Christmas present was his first scooter. How about that?
Sick.
I tell you what. Do you guys remember? I doubt TikTok, but on I think our YouTube followers are a bit older. Do you guys remember the Vortex? The Nerf Vortex.
No.
See, how old are you? You're young. You're 20.
24.
24. So the Vortex, it's a smaller football. It was purple.
Oh yeah.
It has the tail on it and the whistles.
Yes.
And because it has a tail, it would go super far and it whistle woo when you throw it. Dude, and I remember one year for Christmas, I wanted the Vortex so bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. Okay. Right. And I must have said something to my mom and been like, man, I was like really hoping for a Vortex. And she's like, wait, you didn't get it? I got you it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And this was like 2 days after Christmas. And there was like one more. It was like a bag. It was not wrapped. It was in like a Christmas bag, and it was like,
dude.
it was like next to the Christmas tree, sitting on the speaker to my dad's stereo system.
Yeah.
And it just like blended in with everything else. So I did get the Vortex.
Come on, dude.
But it was like the sickest Christmas gift because I didn't know it was there until 2 days later, and I got my Vortex.
Dude, I had an oral fixation.
Who was the hold on, sorry to cut you off.
You're good. I'll finish.
There was a commercial. Someone's remembered. There was a commercial. He was like, was it John Elway? He's like, I'm John Elway, and this is the Vortex, and he like launches it the whole football field.
What?
Dude, I gotta look that up on YouTube.
I had an oral fixation when I was like 3-4 years old. I was like putting stuff in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble because I took a bite out of a kid's the Vortex football.
Really?
Like the foam, dude. I took a big bite out of one, dude. That's how I remember. Took a chunk out of it.
No way. That's hilarious.
It was like a foam football. It had to have been a Vortex. I'm just going to say it is because it'll make the story funnier.
Oh, here's the commercial. All right. Let's.
That's Peyton Manning, isn't it?
Let me.
I don't know. I'm
going to switch it to me. We're gonna watch this commercial here. 32 seconds.
Hey, what do you got there?
This is the Nerf Vortex Ultralight football. Watch it fly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to be a pro to throw it that far.
Hey, Peyton, this time, go up.
Whoa, check that out. It's got to be over 50 yards.
Ball really does fly.
Vortex Ultralight Football. Maximum distance about 100 yards. Typical results.
You know what? That's not the commercial I was thinking of, but maybe I'm blending two memories of a later commercial or something. But maybe it was, I don't know.
Yeah, 4-year-old me saw that, got hungry.
You just ate someone's Vortex? All right. I'm John Elway, and this is the Vortex. That's crazy. Let's see. Terrell said, $50 Rasp gift card. Best Christmas present. Mm-hmm. Christmas 1989. I was 7 years old. I got my first real BMX bike from Justin. That's badass. What was your first BMX bike? Oh, man. My first BMX bike was a 2000 Harrow Shredder but I think it was a birthday present.
Okay.
I think so. Dude, Ben is sending me Snapchats. Ben's probably watching the show and sending me Snapchats. I'm not going to be able to open it, Ben. Listen, I'll look at your later.
We all know what Snapchat's for.
For anyone else in the chat, I'm going to go back to the first couple questions. Like, give me your most Christmassy feeling, Christmassy moment, that thing that personifies Christmas the most. You know.
Do you want me to tell a really funny Santa story?
Yeah, let's hear a funny Santa story.
So when I was 10, I was just beginning to catch on to the Santa's not real thing.
Okay.
Hanging out with the kids in the
Wait,
back of the
earlier
bus.
you said that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You pulling my leg?
I was pulling your leg.
Okay.
But so I was finally catching on, and this was the last Christmas. You know, I told my dad, I was like, I'm not writing a letter to Santa this year. It's all over. He's like, all right, suit yourself. And we had a Sony Handycam, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, suit yourself. You don't have to do any of the Santa stuff. It is what it is. I get it. And he's like, but just for fun, I'm gonna set the Handycam up and see if we catch any footage tonight. And it was on Christmas Eve, right? And my dad and his buddies are hanging out at the house, and there's still no Christmas presents under the tree or anything like that, you know. So I go to bed, and then they are up and they're having some drinks or whatever, and they had to have planned it pretty ahead of time. But as I'm going to bed, Sony cam's set up. My dad's like, I'll make sure it's good to go overnight, and we'll see what we catch. So I wake up in the morning, and there's presents under the tree.
Santa came.
They're all from Santa, and I'm like, yeah, Dad, this is your handwriting. It is what it is. It's whatever. I know you ate the cookies. So I do open up the presents, and my dad's busting my chops. He's like, or he's going along with it. He's supporting me. He's like, yeah, Santa's not real anymore. It's all good, buddy.
Okay.
It's no problem.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology.
Okay.
So then I get done opening the presents, and was getting ready to return to sulking, and he goes over. He's like, oh, Nick, we never checked the camera. Let's see if we got any footage.
Yeah.
And he's over at the camera, and I'm still too jaded. I'm like, no way, man. There's nothing. And he's like, no way, Nick. I actually captured something.
You got the footage of Santa.
And I was like, so I go over to him, and I look at he pulls up this video, and we had a big fireplace at our old house that was walk-through. It was pretty sweet. Or it was see-through, it was pass through. You could see it through it. But my dad's buddy, dressed up in a Santa suit, had the bag, and he comes through the fireplace, makes it look like he's getting out of the fireplace, unloads the gifts, and I'm eating it up.
You're just falling for it,
dude.
Yeah.
I was like, Santa's handwriting's just like yours. These are the presents. Look at the wrapped. He ate the cookies, dude. I was just freaking out. Such a nerd too, and my dad's filming me, and so there's the video of me wigging out totally sack riding the whole Santa thing, and so then it's he leaves the room, and now I'm just on an eternal high. Dude, Santa's real. I knew it. This 10 years hasn't all been for naught, and he leaves the room, and I'm alone with my presents or whatever, and I'm hanging out, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back on the camera. I'm gonna watch this Santa clip again. I want to go back and see the Santa clip, dude.
Oh no!
So I fire up the handy cam, dude, and I'm like, I don't know if you remember the handy cams that had the disc, right? So I had the disc. I just give you the era, right? So I put the disc back in the camera, and I cycle through, and I was there was 4 videos on the camera, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what these other videos are.
Oh no,
dude! I click on the.
I don't even.
Dude, I click on the video before the Santa video,
Yeah.
And it was my dad and his buddy drinking rum and cokes, and my dad's buddy's putting on the Santa suit over his dirty Carhartts. He's like, yo, dude, this is gonna be hilarious, dude. He's gearing up, and then I had to go confront my dad. I was like, what is this? I was like, Dad, is this Uncle Mike? Why is Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike's in the same dirty ass Santa suit that the Santa. This is What's happening? Dude, I had like 42 minutes of like pure euphoria thinking that Santa was real. And then my dad was like, yeah, that was Mike, dude. We got you.
Oh my God.
We got you pretty good, huh? And I was like, got me, dude. I'm 10. Dude, he'll laugh. It was so funny. Like,
Oh my God.
he was like, oh man, they were, getting on the sauce. So he just wasn't.
That is like gotta be the funniest
Oh my God,
story I've ever heard.
So like wholehearted, like so wholesome, like trying to like whatever or not. He's busting my balls. Maybe he planned on me finding the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was hilarious. Definitely one of my best Christmas stories.
So for like an hour, you were a true believer.
100%. Because like I was always kind of on the edge. I was always a little skeptical. I come from a very like science-minded father, engineer. My mom's like a very straight shooting lady. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't bring up the Santa thing, but if I brought it up, they'd be like, "Yeah, he's real." You know what I mean? But they wouldn't like push it. And then I like started to not believe. My dad was like, I don't know, maybe he's like was a goof, but he put it all on the line for that one, dude.
Oh, that's so great.
So funny. The video's still kicking around somewhere of me geeking out about Santa being real and like the Santa coming out of the chimney thing.
We gotta get that so we can clip this out, dude.
Yeah, dude, I will.
So
I'll talk to my dad. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. I'll have him bring the handy cam and I'll see if we can find
He's gonna be like, sorry guys, that video was on Vine. And Vine's gone now.
It was definitely not on. It was before Vine. Yeah, the Santa tapes, dude.
I remember I was always like how I think, mildly autistic. And I remember just being like, oh, weird, Mom. Well, the data suggests Santa's not real. You used the same wrapping paper on one of Gary's gifts. It's just like way too serious about it.
Right.
I don't know. I still like Christmas.
Yeah.
I was like, weird,
me
same
too.
wrapping paper, same handwriting, same faint smell of liquor.
Right, exactly. Santa smokes Marlboro breads too, Mom?
my mom smoked Marlboro Ultralights, so pretty close.
Ooh, okay. Is that the gold? That's the gold pack?
Gold or silver, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it might have been
My mom
silvers.
Marlboro Ultralights 100s is what my mom smoked.
I was just about that. The long moth.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, my dad smoked Pall Mall
Eey.
and Merit.
Dude, I was busting Jack's chops the other night because he gets in my truck. He's smoking Montegos. I was like, dude, what are you doing smoking Montegos? That's so nasty. It's like the grossest cigarette ever. Yeah. It's the cig corner.
You know what my dad got me for Christmas? Carton of cigarettes.
Really?
No.
That's
from a movie, I think.
My mom, legitimately, when I was 13, I told her, I was like, Mom, if you don't quit smoking, I'm going to start. And she handed me a pack of cigarettes.
No way.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not giving this up for anything,
How old were you?
dude. 13.
All right, you can make your own choices.
And then I was like held the pack of cigarettes, and I still wasn't tough enough to start smoking. I was just like, all right, here you go. I guess you can keep rolling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been fun
Christmas
talk
stuff.
about Christmas. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Sean said this is great conversation to listen to while he's wrapping presents for his kids. So he is Santa.
I bet
That's
Sean's
Santa.
kids are getting some sick stuff.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They have fun over there.
Mm-hmm. Alex Willard has been here for the whole time on TikTok.
I'd say, yo, A-Line, ready for a raise this weekend or what, dude?
Dude, raise it somewhere. My next day off is January 12th. We're going somewhere. It's a Monday. Take off work. Come with me. We're either going to Joyride or raise.
So stoked.
That's the options. I don't know. I've been talking to the owner of Joyride, so I kind of would like to go hang out with him.
Yeah.
But I really, really want to ride the new Moon Room at Ray's again because that place is freaking incredible.
The Moon Room is sick. I always describe. People ask me yo, what's Joyride like compared to Ray's? And not as a diss, but just as a funny way to describe it. I always say that Joyride is like if Ray's went to military school.
That's really good. Wow. Okay, for context, people, Ray's Mountain Bike Park is in Cleveland. It invented it. It was the first one. Joyride 150 is in Toronto. It is like a similar thing. Mm-hmm. What I always said, okay, so Ray's, if you don't know Ray's, open a browser right now, Google Ray's Mountain Bike Park, look at the pictures. It's going to look like chaos. It's going to look crazy, okay? Mm-hmm. You would never build Ray's like that from the beginning, right?
Right.
Rays started small and they kept expanding and kept expanding and kept expanding. And so it's like, I also like to think that there's old Rays, which is the main room when you first walk in, and then new Rays is everything else as it expands out towards the left. And as it expands out towards the left, things start to get more spread out. It's not so congested. It's not so on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at Joyride looks like it had a little more money. It's a little more upscale. And they were like, oh, you got to make sure there's room in between features. And if someone gets hurt, there has to be a way to get them out of here, you know,
Right.
versus Rays. It's just like chaos everywhere.
100%.
So, yeah, that's my take on it. Like I don't think you would ever, the reason you can't recreate Rays is you would never build it that insane from the beginning. You would think it'd be crazy to have that many jump lines right on top of each other and everything so congested. You would never think that's a good idea. And the reason it's so good is because it kind of organically got there.
Right. I always say to anybody who's like, I haven't been to Rays.
Ben's in the chat.
Oh, Ben.
He said, Rays is where you go to have fun riding your bike. Joyriders, you go to get better at riding your bike.
Yeah, we're getting the band back together this weekend.
Joyride's cool. It's a little bit closer. The pump track's good, and the street room's good, and the rest of it, I don't mess with. So, I guess we're gonna go to Rays.
The thing with Rays is like people that haven't been there yet, and they're like talking about like wanting to go to Rays. I'm like, don't hesitate because just go. Because I feel Rays, even though they're busy, I feel like I might be talking out of line, but I feel like they're operating in a very fragile place. Just the size of their building and like the condition of the building at a certain point, the repairs on the building are going to be overwhelming, and they're just there's no way. But there's no way like that. How many square feet? So like 250,000 square feet of.
It's probably somewhere around 200 if I had to guess.
That's 200,000.
10x the size of my skate park.
Right, and at $500 a square foot for commercial space.
No, they have a tremendous deal there.
Right.
I don't know what I'm allowed to share. Kind of remember the conversations were a while ago, but they do well.
Yeah,
they do well.
But I mean, at some point, like I think, like the landlord, like if the building got to a certain point, they'd have to be like, yeah, well, we're not allowed to have people in here anymore, and it's just gonna be like, what? Rays is so amazing. It's like you're not gonna be able to replicate. Like you said.
Well, Rays. The thing is, the landlord probably loves that Rays keeps expanding and expanding.
Right.
Because they're clearly willing to invest time, energy, and money into the upkeep of the building and make sure things are okay.
100%.
Versus like that crazy old industrial building and having 40 different random tenants, some of which you don't know what they're doing in there, right? Like, from what I understand, they have a good relationship, you know?
Yeah.
So Rays is incredible.
Rays is incredible.
Breaking Free Skate Park Live, the official podcast of Rays Mountain Bike Park.
Yeah, little Rays talk.
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna call it right there.
All right, dude.
It's Christmas Eve. I gotta go. I set up the camera for my daughter. Nick's gonna come to my house. He's gonna dress up like Santa. We're gonna do the whole thing.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You got rum and Coke too?
No, I pretty much only have bourbon.
Guys at the bodega.
Yeah.
Get hooked up. Santa only drinks rum and Coke.
And it's actually now it's officially Christmas Day. It's 12:07.
Merry Christmas.
So I don't think any bars are open. So I guess I gotta go home. No, I gotta stay here to edit the podcast. But anyway, tomorrow's Christmas Day. The skate park's closed. I get a day off. I'm gonna smoke some meats.
Oh.
And we're open early all this rest of this week. New Year's Eve party. Breaking Free Skate Park. New Year's Day. New Year's Eve. The party. Blah blah. We're here. 7 to 1 a.m. $30. Ride, or if you pass, it's free. So please come to the New Year's Eve party. Let's fuck the whatever bullshit you're gonna do. Come ride bikes and skateboard and have a good time at the skate park.
Hell yeah.
And we sold out of our coffee. And there's a few mugs left. And I got a bunch of Make America Skate Again hats still. So there you go.
Sweet, dude. Thanks, Dave.
Gooj, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everyone in the live chat or whatever and all this good stuff. I think this whole episode is worth the story. Your Santa story was probably the funniest thing I've heard in quite a while.
Dude, I think for kind of shooting from the hip, this episode was pretty good. I had fun.
Yeah, it was an experiment to see what happened. And, I don't know. Probably wouldn't do it again.
Fair enough.
But yeah, catch us next week. Am I going to stream next week? I don't know. Next week is actually New Year's Day, so maybe I don't know what I'll do next week.
New Year's Day's Thursday.
New Year's Eve is Wednesday.
Yeah, so New Year's Eve is the day you'd have to be doing it.
I'm not going to stream on New Year's Eve, right? So I'm either going to do something on Tuesday or probably skip a week.
You could pod for the ball drop.
Yeah, I guess. Well, thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, Ben. Ben he's in the chat for once.
Hey.
He probably had to switch from his TV to his phone just to freaking do that, and I'm surprised. He's probably so stoned and tired now. I'm surprised he's capable of doing that.
Dude, he's going to be like, they know.
Dude, they know. Shout out Sean, Terrell, everyone in the chat.
Sick.
Gooj, myself. Merry Christmas, everyone. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy whatever it is. I love it. I respect it. Do you have a great time tomorrow?
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler. Killing the TikTok. Ending that. Justin, hanging out the whole show. Fantastic.
Go.
I've been staring at this cookie the whole time. I'm going to open it and show the people.
Carly made those ginger molasses cookies.
I can't eat the cookie because you would hear it in the microphone, and there's nothing worse than someone chewing on a microphone. It's really, really quite terrible. It's almost as bad as the time I did mic'd up porn, but I digress. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you at the skate park later.